And we're good! Yay. The Twitch is twitching. The YouTube is YouTubing. Yay. Bam. Our phone magic is phone magic. Great. Put that down here now. Bam. Yeah. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's see. Bam. Bam. I am already regretting what I am doing. Bam. But you know, if there's any good thing about what we're doing today, it's I have an excuse to listen to a bunch of Sonic music. That's it. This is gonna suck. Ow, that hurt. Oh, good Lord of Water, we're gonna need you. We're gonna need you a lot today. I'm trying to think. I don't think I had any other stream line up on April Fool's Day. Damn. I'll live. Give me a moment, actually. You know what? Let me go fill up my bottle, because I will be needing the water. I will be needing a lot of it. Hi, Rare Candy! Give me a quick moment. Let me refill my water. Alrighty, we are back. I love being right next to the kitchen. Oh, it's so handy. Alrighty, today we're going to be doing a little bit of story time. We're going to be doing some reading. Some very, very not good reading. Yeah, because I noticed that today was April Fool's Day, so I decided, you know what? Let's do something silly. So today we're doing something silly. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Bam. Behold. We're reading Sonic.EXE today. The only good thing about today is the Sonic music. So if you don't know what Sonic.EXE is somehow, some way, well, here we are in the Sonic Oddities wiki. We'll just do some reading. Sonic.EXE is a creepypasta written by JC the Hyena, released on August 9th, 2011. Being the official creepypasta for the original incarnation of Sonic.EXE, this creepypasta has been marked as infamous for use of multiple cliches and subpar, often considered horrible writing, eventually leading to its removal from the creepypasta wiki on January 14th, 2014. Pokemon TCG Live today. Maybe at the end of this. That's the hardest maybe. Probably not. Also, let me refresh the chat. Alright, there we go. You said last stream. Listen, I did say last stream, but also during every stream, I always say I'm never exactly sure what I'm going to be streaming that day until it's that day. The story tells the tales of Tom and his encounter with the eponymous entity after refusing to heed the warning of his friend Kyle after being exposed to the horrors that had fallen onto Kyle, now being dealt to himself. Ooh. Hi, Ben. How am I doing? Head's exploding. I'm going to not take medicine and relax for today. As much as you can, as you will be after reading this. Let's make chat just a little bit bigger and like fill in the empty space. There we go. Look at that. Now chat is gigantic, and trust me, the words in chat will be well more worth it than any words that will be coming out of this. When can I join Ben's stream? That's a great question. When can he? You know, the longer I delay, the worse this gets, because there's a lot to read here, unfortunately. Alright, let's get to it. I'm a total Sonic the Hedgehog fan, much like everyone else. Well, goddamn, we just started it. Bro, like everyone else? What do you mean, like everyone else? Bro, there are people that hate Sonic the Hedgehog today. What do you mean, like everyone else? Yet alone, back then, fucking IGN, Sonic was never good-ass motherfucker. What? We're one sentence in and I already have a problem! God damn, I'm gonna be here for like 4 hours! I like the newer games, but I don't mind playing the classics. I don't think I've ever played a glitchy or hacked games before, though I don't think I want to play any after the experience I had. Oh. Is there any fan-made Pokemon I can stream that will be fun on the channel? I mean, there's a... The ocean is wide, my friend. You know how many good Pokemon fan games there are? A lot, honestly. There's a lot. Like, a lot. Oh boy. Don't know what I'll be streaming. I have a lot of videos I'm working on. Yay! It started on a nice summer afternoon. I was playing Sonic Unleashed. I like how you get to explore the towns in it. Until I noticed, out of my peripheral vision, that the mailman had arrived and put something in my mailbox as usual and left. I mean, it would be weird if he didn't leave. What was he just supposed to stay there? All ROM hack stuff. Yeah, a ton. That's what most fan game stuff is. There's also like surprisingly a non-zero amount of Pokemon fighting games, but not gonna lie, they feel really jank and I kind of don't like any of them. Like, they don't feel good. I don't know, maybe they got updated and they're not as like stiff as they were, but man, a lot of those like Pokemon fan fighting games are like not great. The only thing in the mailbox was a CD case for computers and a note. I took it inside. A CD case for computer. What? It's... Okay. I took it inside. I looked at the note first and realized it was from my dear friend Kyle. Let's just call him that. Yes, we wouldn't want to divulge Kyle's identity in this high caliber tale. If anyone knows where I got that line from, you're a cool person. Whom I hadn't heard from in 2 weeks. I know that because I recognized his handwriting, though what was weird was how it looked. It looked badly written and scratchy and somewhat difficult to read, as if Kyle was having a hard time writing it down and did it in her. So it wasn't his handwriting. What do you mean you recognize his handwriting? How could you recognize his, like, what? How could you say, yeah, I recognize his handwriting, but this handwriting doesn't look like his handwriting, but I know it's his handwriting. What? This is what he wrote. Tom! Oh, good lord. Tom! I can't take it anymore. I had to get rid of this thing somehow before it was too late, and I was hoping you'd do it for me. I can't do it. He's after me. And if you don't destroy the CD, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me. He's... He's too fast for me. Oh no. What is this? Today's April Fool's Day, so we're reading a very notorious creepypasta. Oh lord. This is Sonic.EXE, hence the Sonic music. Please, Tom, destroy this godforsaken disc before he comes after you too. It's too late for me. Destroy the disc and you'll destroy him. But do it quick, otherwise he'll catch you. Don't even play the game. It's what he wants. Just destroy it. Please, Kyle. Well, that was certainly weird. This is nuts. We just started. We literally just started, and yes, it's already nuts. We just got here. Well, that was certainly weird. Even though Kyle is my best friend and I hadn't seen him in 2 weeks, I didn't do what he asked me. What an asshole. Bro, your best friend in the panicked writing tells you, destroy this. Please get rid of it now. That you haven't seen in a while, so you're probably worried about them, and you're like, but I want to know what this is about. No! Break it! Break it right now! I didn't think that a simple gaming disc would do anything bad to him. After all, it's just a game, right? Boy, was I wrong about that. Oh my god, this writing is so fucking bad. Hey, it's the Sailor Moon background, yay. That game is interesting. I need to replay that game again. The Sailor Moon RPG on the Super Nintendo. I'll give you a cookie if you can guess which sailor is my favorite. Hell, come to think of it, Sailor Moon might actually be the first anime I've ever seen. It's either that or Saint Seiya. I could write a better story than this. Yes, you could! Anyway, I looked at the disc, and it looks like an ordinary CDR disc, except they had a black marker written Sonic.EXE. And it was much unlike Kyle's handwriting, meaning that he must have gotten it from somewhere else, like a pawn shop or eBay. When I saw Sonic on the writing of the CD, I was actually excited and wanted to play it, since I'm a big Sonic fan. No. Bruh, this is how people end up on a watch list from the FBI. If you see a fucking CD written with a name written on it in Sharpie, you don't interact with it. have when I was 12. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if there's just some random Wattpad page that I could click right now that has better writing than this. There's the AO3 page right now. If there's like a random button on AO3 that I can just click and end up on a story, I bet you it would be better than this. Also, once again, okay, so, like, your best friend, who you haven't seen in 2 weeks, who you were worried about, all of a sudden, you get a hastily written, scrawly, handwritten letter from him with this package telling you to destroy this CD, and you're telling me that your love for Sonic is overriding your concern for your friend and the capacity to do their wishes. What? Sonic fans can be a little nuts. Listen, yes they can, but as a proud and happy Sonic the Hedgehog lover, wait, let me rephrase that. As a Sonic fan, oh god, we just started stream and I'm already tired. Fuck it, keep going. But yeah, like, I fucking love Sonic, but, man, even the Sonic fans didn't like this. Oh, I should do that for, like, play a bunch of, like, Sonic fan games. One stream. That'd be a good idea. Oh boy. I went up to my room and turned on my computer and put the disc in and installed the game. When the title screen popped up, I noticed that it was the first Sonic game. I was like, awesome! Because like I said earlier, I liked the classic. We know, you've said that like 4 times already. The first thing I noticed that was out of place is when I pressed start, there was a split second where I saw the title image turned into something much different. Something I now consider horrifying, before cutting to black. I remember what the image looked like in that split second before the game cut to black. No, please, no, this person is crazy. Yes, they are. The sky had darkened. The title emblem was rusted and ruined. The Sega 1991 was now instead Sega 666. And the water had turned red, like blood, except it looked hyper-realistic. Oh boy. We're witnessing the birth of internet history, I want you to know. Oh, hold on. Appropriate music. I told you, Shuffle is a sense of humor. It's great. Oh boy. Oh my lord, this paragraph. But the freakiest thing was in that split-second frame. In that split-second frame was Sonic. His eyes were pitch black and bleeding, with 2 glowing red dots staring right at me. And his smile had stretched wider up to the edge of his face. I was rather disturbed about that image when I saw it, though I figured it was just a glitch and forgot about it. A glitch. You forgot? Yeah, you forgot about it! Now listen, I am a notorious great game breaker, alright? I will break even the most stable games. Like, I'll never forget when Meow bought me Haste, and in literally the first 5 minutes of playing, I ended up in an infinite death loop and had to reset the game. Like, literally, I just kept on constantly respawning. Like, literally, I just kept on dying and respawning immediately. There's also the time I was playing Uncharted 3, and oh yes, it will absolutely still be story time. I was playing Uncharted 3, and on the mission where the boat is like starting to sink in the middle of the ocean, and half of the boat was missing, and I needed to reset my PlayStation like 8 times for the fucking boat to load so I could actually play the goddamn mission. And then later on, when the mission that you do right before you get on the plane in Uncharted 3, no joke, the plane wouldn't load. The game literally wouldn't fucking load the plane, so I couldn't get on the goddamn plane. Like, I never finished Uncharted 3 because it would never work. Oh, and then of course, you know, Skyrim is notoriously buggy, but literally the first time playing Skyrim at Meow's house, like the first time I played, I went to his house and played Skyrim because he had played it before and he was gonna, like, you know, like walk me through it and give me help. But no, I was at Meow's house playing it for the first time, and I died before I could make a character. Only to find out years later that the reason that happened is because bees spawned in that area. Because Bethesda are a bunch of potatoes and don't know how not to spawn actors in places where they shouldn't be because it's the fucking beginning of the game! How is that possible? So long story short, insects in Elder Scrolls are secretly like fucking Nuzlocke over, yes! So yeah, most normal games don't spawn things that shouldn't be there when they shouldn't be there before they should be there. Like, an easy example would be like the first cycle in Majora's Mask. There's a lot of things that aren't in all the other places in the very first cycle because it's the first cycle. So naturally you wouldn't be there anyway, so they just don't load any of that data because they don't need to put it there yet. You're not going to get to it anyway, so we're not going to have it. Which makes sense. Most games do that. But Bethesda decided the area where in the intro of the game, where you're on the cart and you're walking by, where you're about to get executed, they decided to have everything in that area spawn like normal. So what ends up happening is a bee can collide with the horse cart that's escorting everyone, and just chaos ensues. And this happened the very first time I played the game. And it's not like the rest of the game was any better. That must have been lovely. It was something. We had to uninstall the updates for it to work properly. Not like it would have done much. It's fucking Skyrim we're talking about. Will I watch FIFA World Cup? I'm not a sports person, no. I think genuinely the last time I was like interested in, like, I don't mind watching sports, but like, I don't know, it depends on the sport. Like, I kind of fuck with tennis. Basketball is neat. That's about it, honestly. Not including like combat sports, because if we include things like combat sports, like UFC, then I'm a little bit more interested in UFC. Used to watch snooker. Yeah, pool's neat. God, I know that's the proper name for it over there, but man, I feel uncomfortable calling it snooker. It just doesn't sound right. Chess is a sport. Yeah, not a chess person. My fam is artsy fartsy. I don't know, like anytime like a funny sports thing comes up, I'm just like, oh man, Dad would have liked to watch that. Where was I? Fuck. Oh yeah, it was just a glitch and he forgot about it. There we go. Punching someone in the face is legally a sport. Only if they consent. After it cut to black, it stayed like that for about 10 seconds or so. And then another weird thing happened. The save file select from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 popped up, and I was like, what the fuck? What's this doing in the first Sonic game? As if, you know, this is the most weird thing that's happened so far. Why am I reading this? Because it's April Fool's Day! It's April Fool's Day, we're doing something silly, and what's silly than reading shitty fanfiction? Oh, Lord. Anyway, then I noticed something off. The background was the dark, cloudy sky of the bad Stardust Speedway level from Sonic CD. And there were only 3 save files. Oh, you know what? Let's turn on that bad Stardust CD song. God, I love Sonic music! The music was that creepy Caverns of Winter music from Earthbound, only it was extended, and seemed to have been in reverse. How the fuck would you be able to notice that? You know how hard it is to recognize a sound in reverse? Or a song in reverse? That's not easy. You need to be like really music brained to be able to pick that up. And the image for the save file where you see a preview of the level you're on is just red static for all 3 files. There's been a lot of sentences starting with and. I'm not gonna get too grammar-y making fun of this unless it like literally stumbles my reading, but man, it's just awkward. Also, let me take my hat off. Ah, it's getting hot in my room already. It is 70 degrees here! What freaked me out more was the character select. It showed only Tails, Knuckles, and to my surprise, Dr. Robotnik. Now I was sure something was up. I mean, how can you play as Robotnik in a classic Sonic game, for crying out loud? These are the kind of people that die first in horror movies. That's when I realized this wasn't a glitchy game, it was a hacked game. You... Really? That's what made you realize it? That right there? Not the funny fucked up title screen, not the anything else. It took you that long? It being written on a CD and some Sharpie after your friend tells you like 80 times to destroy it, that now is when you recognize it to fucking... Something seems suspicious about the... I wonder why! Oh, Lord. Yeah, it definitely looked hacked. It was really creepy. But as a smart gamer... As a smart gamer, I wasn't scared, or at least I tried not to be. I told myself that it was just a hacked game, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? They can steal my IP address and take all my information and sell it on the black market. I got dudes knocking on my windows, walking in, just walking on down, like Conor McGregor, just off to steal all my livers, all of them. Good lord. Anyway, shaking off the creeped out feeling, I picked file 1 and chose Tails. And when I selected and got started... Wait, what? I picked file 1 and chose Tails, and when I selected and got started... What? The game froze for about 5 seconds, and I heard a creepy pixelated laugh that sounded an awful lot like that Kefka guy from Final Fantasy before cutting to black. Oh no. The screen stayed black for about 10 seconds. Bro, why are you keeping time to the seconds for this? How are you that punctual? Then it showed the typical level title thing, except the simplistic shapes were different shades of red, and the text showed only Hill Act 1. The screen faded in, and the level title vanished, revealing Tails in Green Hill Zone from Sonic 1. The music was different though. It sounded like a peaceful melody, in reverse, whatever the fuck that means. Anyway, you're starting off a lot of sentences very bad. Just you don't need that. Like, I get why people do that in real life, because people are awkward in real life. You're writing. You don't need to be awkward in real life. You're telling a story. Not only are you telling a story, you're trying to tell a scary story. You don't need filler words in your scary story unless your character is, like, actually scared, and you're trying to emphasize that they're scared by inputting a bunch of filler. Stop it! Anyway, I started playing, and Tails started running like you would in any of the classic Sonic games. What was odd was that Tails was running along the level. There was nothing but flat ground, and a few trees for 5 minutes. Again, you're very punctual. And that was when the peaceful music started to lower down into slow, deep tones, very slowly, as I kept going. I suddenly saw something and stopped to see what it was my bad. It was one of the small animals lying dead on the ground, bleeding. That's when the music started to slow down. Hi, Shala. Look at Shala in the background. Tails had a shocked and saddened look on his face that I never saw him have before. So I had him move along. What an asshole. You saw him, like, in distress, and you're like, who cares? Keep moving. What a dick. And he kept that worried look on his face. As he kept moving, I saw more dead animals as Tails moved past them, looking more and more worried as the music lowers, and he moves past more dead animals. Oh my god, holy running sentence, Batman. And he moves past more dead animals. I was shocked to see how they all died. They looked like somebody— oh my god, this actually is the biggest sentence known to mankind. They looked like someone killed them in rather gruesome ways, and it's still not a fucking period. A squirrel was hanged on a tree with what appeared to be his entrails hanging out. A bunny had all 4 of his limbs torn off, and a duck had his eyes gouged out and his throat slit. I felt sick to— finally a period. I felt sick to my stomach when I saw this massacre, and apparently so did Tails. After a few more seconds, there were no more animals, and the music seemed to have stopped. I still kept Tails to continue. I kept Tails to continue? What? Let's see, hold on. Let's measure the running sentence. Where does it start and where does it end? It starts here and ends here. The longest sentence was about 40 pages long. After a minute passed, again, the punctuality of this person is killing me. The music stopped. Tails was running up a hill, and then he stopped. It wasn't until I saw why. Sonic was there on the other side of the screen with his back against Tails and with his eyes closed. Tails looked happy to see Sonic, but then his smile faltered, obviously noting that Sonic wasn't responding to him, if not acting as if he was totally oblivious of Tails' presence. What the fuck? And it was grammatically correct. I would assume so if you're intentionally writing the longest sentence. Tails walked slowly towards Sonic, and I noticed that it wasn't even moving my keyboard to make him move, so this had to have been a cutscene. Suddenly, I began to have a glowing feel of dread as Tails walked closer to Sonic to get his attention. I felt that Tails was in danger, and something bad was going to happen. Really? Now you feel that? The Hill Act 1, the bloody ocean, and the fucking animal corpses weren't enough of a sign to be concerned? Now you're concerned? Ugh. Yeah. This is so bad. Yeah. It's legendary though. Like, I gotta read it. Oh, completely off topic. Hold on, since his background just popped up. If anyone can find the repository for all of the Smite wallpaper artwork, please let me know, because I would love to have more of them. What weird music? This is a Genesis version of Live and Learn by JX Chip. Specifically, it's like using the Gems engine rather than the typical engine that the Sonic games use, which honestly kind of fits for that song. JX Chip does a lot of music remixes. You should definitely check out their channel. They usually like restyle music and other sound fonts, which is very neat. Anyway, back to adventure. Good lord. Read the whole dictionary, good lord. That would actually take like a literal, like, 40 hours. I heard faint static growing louder as Tails was but inches away from Sonic and stopped and stuck his hand out to touch him. That foreboding feeling in my gut was growing stronger, and I felt the urge to tell Tails to get away from Sonic as the static grew louder. Suddenly, in a split second, I saw Sonic's eyes open, and they were black with those glowing red dots, just like the title image, though there wasn't a smile. When that happened, the screen turned to black and the static sound was off. It stayed black for about 7 seconds, and then white text appeared, forming a message, as text tends to do, saying, "Hello, do you want to play with me?" No. At this point, I was creeped out. See, this is why horror movie villains have to kill all my fellow brothers and sisters first. You rewrite this masterpiece? You want me to do a Sonic.EXE the good version? Oh god, no. Yeah, there's a reason horror movies have to kill my fellow black people. Because, like, bro, the warning signs were there forever ago. By the time you got that disc, I would have fucking lit it on fire, and then, like, moved out of the house where I lit it on fire. Like, I'm gone. I don't know why you're sitting here. Why are you still playing this? Like, like, what about this is truly inviting your attention to be like, you know, I should keep playing this. You're pixelated a bit? Oh, lord. You sure it's not just the music? It's fine now. Okay, yeah. Good lord, this story is so bad, it's like fucking with my audio. At this point, I was creeped out. I didn't want to continue with the game, but my curiosity got the better of me when I was taken to a different level with the title now saying hide and seek. You're lagging here and there, though. You might want to refresh the stream. Here, let me do it myself. I'll just like refresh here. Cause yeah, all my metrics are fine. Like I've been totally fine. Like I haven't had any drop frames. I haven't had any weird spikes. Yeah, you might just want to refresh. Audio's been fine. Like everything's been fine on my end. God, I love Sonic CD music. Yeah, your curiosity got the better of you. No. No, it didn't. Don't lie to me. Why are you lying? Do you really think that people would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies? This time, I was in the Angel Island level from Sonic 3, and it looked like everything was on fire. Yes, that's what that level does. I thought you were a total Sonic fan. Why are you surprised about that? Tails looked as though he was scared out of his wits this time. He actually looked at me and made frantic gestures to me as if he wanted to get out of the area he was in as fast as possible. I was starting to get freaked out by this. I mean, Tails was actually breaking the fourth wall, trying to tell me to get him out of there. So I pressed down on the arrow key as hard as I could and made him run as fast as he could. Sounds like he's going to heli. A pixelated version of that creepy theme when you meet Shadow at the Ark as Robotnik from SA2 was playing, as I made Tails trek through the desolate forest, trying to help him escape whatever he was trying to run from. Calling Angel Island a forest is cursed, but whatever. At least that section, he's talking about the beginning of the game. Suddenly, I heard that creepy laugh again, that awful Kefka laugh. Hey, that laugh is awesome. Right after 10 seconds. Why are you so punctual? Bro, you know how, like, when people are afraid, they tend not to pay attention to shit as much as possible because their brain goes into, like, survival mode? Why are you so fucking punctual? Like, it actually detracts from the story. Because it makes no sense why you're paying that much attention to the time. Like, it emphasizes how little concern you have about this. That's not how scared people act! Hold on a moment. Let me... There we go. Alrighty. Move a bit more down. I want Pencil getting crushed by the chat. Right after 10 seconds have passed as I helped Tails run through the forest, then I started seeing flashes of Sonic popping everywhere on the screen, again with those black and red eyes. The music changed to that suspenseful drowning jingle as I see Sonic behind Tails, slowly gaining up on him, flying. Sonic wasn't running, he was actually flying. The flying... What? Like, why'd you emphasize that? Like, that's the important thing about this. The flying pose his sprite was making looked very similar to Metal Sonic's flying pose in Sonic CD, except it was just Sonic, and he had the black and red eyes again. Only... What the... Hello? Hello? What the... Hello? Hello? Only this time, he had the most deranged-looking grin on his face. He looked as though he was enjoying the torment he was giving the poor little fox as he gained up on him. Suddenly, when Tails tripped, another cutscene. Oh, thank you for letting me know. The music stopped and Sonic vanished. Tails laid there and started crying for 15 seconds. The scene was rather upsetting to watch, and I kind of teared up myself. But then Sonic appeared right in front of Tails and looked up in horror. How the fuck did we get both of the Sonic Rush boss themes, one right after the other? What the hell, Shuffle? Blood started to come down from those blackened eyes of Sonic as a grin slowly grew from his face as he looked down at the horrified fox. I could do nothing but watch. Sir, you do not... Oh my god, there's so many commas. Just in a split second, Sonic lunged at Tails right before the screen went to black. There was a loud screeching noise that only lasted 5 seconds. The text returned, only this time it said, "You're too slow. Wanna try again?" And that god-awful laugh came with it. I was so shocked by what happened. Did Sonic murder Tails? No, he couldn't have. He and Tails are supposed to be best friends, right? Why did Sonic do that to him? I shook the shock off as I was brought back to the character select. The save file that had Tails was different. Tails was no longer in the box itself, but in the TV screen itself, which is flickering with that red static. Tails' expression scared me. His eyes were black and bleeding. His orange fur had gone black, and he had an expression of anguish on his face. Trying to ignore it, I picked Knuckles next. I need some fucking water, Jesus Christ. Don't forget to hydrate! Oh boy, alright. The laugh came again and the screen cut to black and stayed there for another 10 seconds. This time, the level said, "You can't run." I was really freaked out. By now, I couldn't really tell if this was a glitch or a hack or some kind of sick, twisted joke or anything really. But despite my fear of what happened next, I kept playing. This is why people die in horror movies. This is exactly why. Bunch of people are like, "Hey, let's go spend the night in the abandoned haunted mansion," and I'm like, "Fuck that noise! I'm staying home and playing fucking Master Duel." Like, no. I'm playing fucking Kobold Care. I got my dick in my hand. Like, no, I'm not going to a fucking abandoned haunted mansion. I'm not playing this fucking game after this point. Not only am I not playing this game after this point, I'm taking it out of my fucking computer, I'm destroying it like my friend said, I'm uninstalling the game from my computer, and I'm running a fucking virus scan to make sure that the shit's not mining crypto afterwards! Why are you still playing this? The next level looked much different. It had the ground of Scrap Brain Zone, but the sky background looked like the main menu. It had a darkish reddish cloudy sky. Oh, you know, let's turn on. If he mentions the zone and I have a song for the zone, we should turn it on. Bum, 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 bum. But it was the music that creeped me out. It sounded like Gygas's theme right after he beat Pokey in Earthbound. I also noticed that Knuckles looked afraid, just like Tails did, though not as much. More rather, he looked a little unnerved. He broke the fourth wall just like Tails and looked as if he wasn't sure about going on, but I made him move anyway. What an asshole. Bro, this whole time is like, no, don't do it. And also, he's going, yeah, keep moving, pussy. Fucking bitch, you fucking little small dick ass wee fucking, keep moving. What the fuck? Why? What an asshole. He ran down the straight pathway in this dark level, and as he did, the screen started to flicker red static a couple of times. And then that maddening laugh came again. Then after a few seconds of running, I noticed several bloodstains on the metallic ground. I felt a growing sense of fear, again thinking something horrible was going to happen to Knuckles. He looked nauseated walking down this bloodstained road, but I still kept him going. Again, you're an asshole. Suddenly, as Knuckles ran, Sonic appeared right in front of him with those black and red eyes, and then red static appeared again. When the static vanished, showing nothing but a black screen with text saying, "Found you." I was now scared. Again, Sonic found Knuckles already? What was going on? Anyway... Oh, God, give me a moment. My fucking back already hurts reading this shit. Ugh. I am small! Holy shit, this fucking story sucks! Alrighty. Oh, you know what I need to get actually? I saw like the fucking Amazon had this like big ass like pregnancy pillow. I need one of those. I'm not pregnant, but I want one. I can't get pregnant. You know, unless modern science changes dramatically in the next couple of years, I can't get pregnant. Sorry, I left for a sec. Oh boy, you came back to me talking about getting pregnant. Also, not gonna lie, I'm gonna be real. I think even if I could get pregnant, I probably wouldn't like it. I remember what my mom was like when she was pregnant with my brothers. It was funky, and I didn't like it. Also, childbirth is scary. Dude, I had to get C-sectioned because I was coming out the wrong way. So like they had to just be like, nah, we gotta cut him loose. And then from that day forward, my mom was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do that with your brothers. Understandable. Fucking childbirth is horrifying. Jesus Christ. Childbirth is scarier than any part of this fucking story. Oh, you know what I should do? I should get those fucking pads that like simulate like childbirth pains and do a try not to laugh. How much are those? Where do I get those? You learned about that in med school. Neat. Cause yeah, I would like to do try not to laughs, or another one. Cause I did one where it was fucking I Trout Mask Replica, which was great. God, that album was great. But I would need like someone else to get the videos for me because like if I get them fresh, I know they're not gonna be as good. Or if I'm the one getting them, it's not gonna be as good. You know, like I would need to make a Discord for that. That might be the thing that actually gets me off my ass to make the Discord. God, the song Sonic music is so good. Anyway, red static came again, and then I was back into the level. Knuckles looked like he was panicking, and Sonic was nowhere to be found. And this time, that high-pitched squealing from Silent Hills 1's final boss was playing. There's a lot of piggybacking off of better games being done in the story. Was this some kind of boss battle with Sonic? I hope to God it wasn't. Honestly, I didn't think you were... Well, why'd you say that? Now I think you're being dishonest. Do you really think people would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies? Suddenly, Sonic appeared right behind Knuckles in what appeared to be pixelated black smoke. I made Knuckles turn and then punch Sonic, but Sonic vanished in black pixelated smoke before I could even land a hit. That terrible laugh went off again. Then Sonic appeared behind Knuckles again, and I made him punch him again. Oh my god. Then and Sonic vanished again, laughing. Knuckles was panicking even more, and I even felt like I was going crazy. Sonic was practically playing with us, and he was playing a sick, twisted little mind game with me and Knuckles. It's Knuckles and I. I'm gonna be real. Me and Blank sounds more fucking real. I hate that it's like Blank and I sounds worse. It just sounds worse. I don't care that it's technically proper. It sounds worse. It doesn't sound organic. It doesn't sound real. It's one of those things where it's like, it being formal makes it uncomfortable. It's like the difference between like nosotros and vosotros. Like, it's literally like that. Another cutscene played as Knuckles fell. Knuckled? As Knuckled? Who's Knuckled? Is this a new kid I've never heard of before? As Knuckled fell to his knees. Yeah, some other echidna was watching this, I guess. And clutched his head, sobbing. I felt his agony. Sonic was actually driving us both crazy. And then, in a split second, Sonic lunged at Knuckles. Fuck Knuckled, I guess. And the screen was in black with another distorted, screeching noise that lasted for 3 seconds. Okay, I'll give him this. It has been a while since he's been punctual. It's been a good amount of time. You know what? You're allowed to be punctual this time. It's been a couple of paragraphs. Another text message appeared. So many souls to play with, so little time. Would you agree? No. What the hell? Just what is going on? I started to think Sonic was actually trying to talk to me through the game, but I was too scared to think that. What? But you just said. You. Okay, so let me get this straight. You believe that all the other characters are talking to you in the fourth wall, actually talking to you, actively asking for you, for help to get the fuck out of the game that they are presently in, but for whatever reason, you do not believe that the antagonist of the story with the super magical fuck you, I'm a super evil ghost man powers, is it trying to talk to you? I just want to make that sure. Just making sure that's where we're at right now. Oh, Lord. Let me fucking clean my glasses. Hey, the story looks better now that I can't read it. Yeah. Do. Do. This story is so good now that I can't understand it. I should have read this in Spanish. I should Google translate this entire thing in Spanish and just read it that way. Alrighty. I know what I'll stream tomorrow. Yay! Man, I hate having stream paralysis. Smash! Ooh! God, I haven't played Smash in a while. Oh, you know what I should do? I should play Smash Remix. Because I've never really played Smash 64 all that much. That'd be a fun way of doing it. Do. Fuck the algorithm. Yeah! I was brought back to the main menu, and this time, the second file box had Knuckles in the TV screen. His red fur had been darkened to a reddish gray. His dreadlocks were dripping with blood, and his eyes were black and bleeding, too. And he had look of sadness on his face. I began to think that those are actual characters trapped in those TV screens on the save files, but I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe that someone could write a story this terrible, yet here we are. Add a jailed switch, maybe you can fight him. Neat! Ah! Oh boy. So I shut off the game and took a break. Thank fucking God he finally turned it off. I took a nap. I wish I had it. Oh God. Oh no, his EPs are going to be bad. Our algorithm lies. Not exactly. I took a nap. I wish I had it. Cause I then began to have the most disturbing nightmare. I was in pitch black darkness, though I was under a light given off by a lamp that hung high above my head. So you're not in pitch black darkness. I could hear the cries of Knuckles and Tails nearby. They were saying stuff like, "Help us," and "Why did you give us to him?" and "Run away before he gets you too." Their cries died out as I then heard Sonic laugh. His laugh. It sounded a lot like the distorted Kefka laugh. Okay, we get it. He laughed like Kefka. We get it. You're a lot of fun to play with, kid. Just like your friend Kyle. Though he didn't last long. Kyle's a poor 1 minute man. Poor guy. It's okay, Kyle. Listen, I'd be upset if my friend Tom writ that I was a fucking Minuteman in this shitty-ass horror story, too. I'd be upset, too. I would also want my name changed at the beginning of the story if he said this. I was scared and looking around for the source of the voice. Won't be long now until you join him and all my other friends. I saw him walking towards me, flickering in and out in several directions. You can't run, kid. You're in my world now, just like the others. When he grabbed me, I saw his bleeding, black and red-eyed, grinning face. I woke up with a fright. After a couple of hours, I decided to continue playing the game. I don't know why, but I had to know. I had to figure out why this was happening. So I turned on the computer, turned on the game, and selected Robotnik next. No, sir, you don't have to know. Destroy it, like Kyle said. Like, it happened at the beginning of the very beginning of the story is literally your friend in panic, frenzied writing saying, break it, break it, break it, break it, break it. Don't break it down. Don't bust it. Break it. Destroy the shit. Light it on fire. Mac wants the flamethrower. Why are you still... And now you're like, oh no, I had a fucking nightmare. Like, no joke. You know, background is perfect. Bro had a nightmare and literally like, die, monster. You don't belong in this world. Like, what are we doing? Get rid of it! Oh boy. Also, not gonna lie, like hearing other people talk about their dreams is always funny because I'm a lucid dreamer, so I just be doing shit in my dreams. I'm playing fucking Minecraft creative mode in my dreams all the damn time. It's weirder for me not to have a lucid dream. Those are usually the ones I like tend to remember a lot because of how fucking weird they are. Like, there's one that always sticks with me where I was on, like, an old island. Or it was just, like, beach and then a lighthouse. And I was on the island, but I was, like, super old. I'm, like, 100 plus for some reason. So, as I'm just, like, walking around the beach, like, every once in a while on this island, like, mutated babies would, like, wash up on the beach for some reason. And then I would, like, raise the baby. And then the baby would, like, make a boat and then sail away in the world. And then I woke up. And I'm to this day, I'm like, what the actual fuck was that dream? Like, I still don't get it. Like, of all the dreams, of all the non-lucid dreams I've had, that one sticks with me because I still don't get it. Like, there was no through line for anything. Oh, Lord. I still thought that was wacky, playing as Robotnik. But you mentioned Sonic Adventure 2 earlier. You can play as... This guy's a fucking dweeb! What is the phone magic for? Hold on. Okay. I still thought that was wacky, playing as Robotnik. But anyway... The level title appeared again, and this time it said ellipses, which I found really freaky. This time, I was in some kind of hallway. It didn't really look like it was from any other classic Sonic games, though it had the pixelated style. The floor was shiny and checkered. The walls were dark grayish purple with animated candle lights and a few dark bloodstains here and there, but you know, we're used to that. It was like a meatpacking playing. And there was a dark red curtain hanging above the top part of the screen. Every 12 seconds or so, that red curtain sways very slowly. But whenever you're playing the game, then you can barely see it move. Okay. The music was oddly pleasant, a piano playing a rather sad yet peaceful song. But I knew better. This is the song that played in Hill Act 1, only it wasn't in reverse. Yeah, maybe you should stick to, like, you know, music stuff and not story writing. Listen, find your passion, but please, don't find it too hard. Robotnik didn't look entirely nervous like Tails and Knuckles did. Ah! But he did have a suspicious look on his face, as if he was just a bit paranoid. He did have a little animation when I just left him standing. He turns his head left and right at least twice, and then shrugs at me. As if he has no idea where he was or what was going on. Neither would I if you were playing this piece of shit game. Bro, that's the better question. That's why he's like turning and shrugging. He's like, well, fuck, you still playing this shit? Goddamn, well, I don't know, fuck it. We just keep going then. I'd be upset too. Bros make me run in the fucking checkerboard land. Like a fucking Alice in Wonderland reject area. Fucking curtains like I'm at Showtime at the Apollo. Like, what the fuck? Even though I was scared out of my mind about what was going to happen, I had Robotnik continue onward. It really doesn't mean much if you're scared, but someone else is doing the scary thing for you anyway. That really removes the gravity of this from any of this. He did his usual running animation. You know, when you've beaten him at the end of a classic Sonic game and you chase him. Okay, that's like the 5th time he said that. This is so repetitive. God, take a fucking shot anytime a phrase pops up multiple times. As we've continued going through the hallway, then I stopped at a long flight of stairs leading downwards. Now I was nervous. Even Robotnik seemed unsure of himself. Though I pressed onwards, bro was making him do cardio. Help. As I led Robotnik down the stairs, I noticed that the walls have gotten darker and more reddish. The red torches are now an eerie blue. Then we landed onto another hallway. This one was a lot longer. I should just do fanfic over me writing a book. Honestly, a story about making a story is usually a pretty good story. Then we landed onto another hallway. This one is longer than the last one, or at least it felt like it. Oh, now you're not punctual? And then we headed down another flight of stairs. This one was much longer. Took at least 1 full minute. Never mind, I fucking jumped the gun. There it is. There's the stopwatch. So you were paying attention to the second one, but you weren't paying attention to this one? Also, wait, I'm sorry, landed into another hallway? Is this like are you just like falling in the hallway? You never mentioned any of that. What? Oh, Yeah, you are going downstairs. Landed is a weird term for that. Alright, long ass road. You know, Robotnik walks this lonely road, the only road that he has ever known. And then I heard that horrid Kefka laugh again, and the music slowly faded until it was quiet. As it did, the walls turned more dark red, and the torches were a black flame now. They're emo. When Robotnik... My head hurts. Ow. I didn't think I'd be laughing this much at my own dumb jokes. When Robotnik landed onto the... Okay, no, hold on. Before I keep reading this, how in the fuck did I get a viewer bot on a fucking Sonic.EXE fanfiction reading? What the actual fuck, Twitch? There is no way your shitty ass viewer bot fucking scam ass website is that desperate. Holy shit. What a bot. So I have a bunch of like... There's a bunch of like viewer bot purchasing websites that, you know, lazy fucking losers go to buy viewers and stuff. Occasionally they will have bots pop up in chat and try and advertise. I have it set so that those are automatically flagged and don't appear on stream, but I still make sure to manually report them and get rid of them anyway. So it's one of those. It's literally just that. And bro, like, really? Like, how? Where the fuck was I? Here. When Robotnik landed onto the third hallway, I noticed he now looked really creeped out. Though he tried to hide it. I couldn't blame him. I was scared too. I don't believe you. Suddenly, Sonic popped right in front of Robotnik the same way he did Knuckles, and then red static. The red static lasted for about 15 seconds, and then it showed me a most unpleasant image. Oh, I'm getting edged on a sneeze. Oh no! Hold on. Okay. The image showed a hyper-realistic of what? The image showed a hyper-realistic of Sonic. Hyper-realistic what? You're using it as an adjective now! What do you mean? Hyper-realistic what? The image showed a hyper-realistic of Sonic standing in the darkness, where you can only see his face while his head and torso faded into black. And when I say hyper-realistic, I mean like he looked so real. You could actually see the lines in his blue fur, as if you could actually feel the fur if you touched the screen. The Discord now. Can't wait to get destroyed. His I'm curious, hold on. Hiperrealista. I'm so glad I decided to see what that was in Spanish. His face. Oh god, he had the most horrifying smile I had ever seen. And that's saying something considering I saw the image at the start of the game. Yeah, for like a fucking nanosecond, but you know. His punctuality is on point. Maybe he does also just happen to have photographic, extremely well preserved memories. He's not great at following directions, but you know, it's something a lot of gamers struggle with. Time for me to fall asleep. Yeah! His eyes are wide and black, and once again, crying blood, which also looks hyper-realistic. Oh, thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it. And there are two small glowing red dots in those black eyes staring right at me. As if staring into my mind. His grin was wide and demonic. It literally stretched to the sides of his face like a Cheshire cat, except Sonic had fangs. Very sharp fangs. Much like the werehog's teeth, except more vicious looking, somewhat yellowish, and from the look of it, he had stains of blood and small bits of flesh on his lip and fangs as if he ate some animal. Holy Jesus, that was fucking... Need to buy Switch Online though. Yeah. God, I miss when you could just play games online for free during the PS3. That was great. And the Wii, that was also great. God, I'm so happy I game on PC now. How much is PS5 online? I have no fucking idea. I still have just my PS3. I stared at that gruesome image for a good 30 seconds, never taking my eyes off it, oh lord. 70 for a year, that's a lot. I felt as if he was actually looking at me, smiling at me. That face. It took just 10 seconds for it to etch itself onto my brain for good. Well, considering you remembered the fucking title screen that popped up for like a literal fucking frame, I don't think it really mattered how long it was on screen. I don't know why you're mentioning it as if it was an important detail. Again, the punctuality just like kills any fucking like seriousness for this, cause like, why are you that like punctual? Bye, Rare Candy. You know, be careful. Make sure that a spooky ghost hedgehog with hyper-realistic glowing red eyes doesn't come after your nightmares. Hold on a moment. Then the screen flickered with red static again 3 times, and on the 3rd time, I heard the Kefka laugh, except this time, it sounded distorted. Demonic, even. It went back to the image again, except this time, there was the text again. God, though it was messed up. But it was pretty much one of the most horrifying things I looked at since I had this game. I am God! It was when I read that message while looking at Sonic, when it hit me, I realized right there and then, this Sonic was a monster. Now you realize that? Now you realize that. I need to take my fucking glasses off. Now you realize that. So let me get this straight. You have played a Tails story, a Knuckles story, took a nap, had a nightmare, finished a Robotnik story, got jump scared, And now you realize,
guys, something's off about this Sonic the Hedgehog fellow in this game.
this is so bad. This Sonic was a monster. A pure evil, sadistic, all-powerful, nightmarish, demented monster. And all of his victims, including Tails, Knuckles, Robotnik, and possibly Kyle, are just his little toys. And the game is the very gateway into his chaotic, nightmarish world, and the very hell his victims are trapped in. Suddenly, in an actual split second, I screamed as Sonic lunged at the screen, screeching loudly with his mouth wide open to an unnatural length, revealing nothing but a literal spiraling abyss of pure darkness before the red static came again. This time much louder and distorted, so loud that it hurt my ears. I yelled and grabbed my ears as the red static screeched for a good 7 seconds. Then it stopped and showed nothing but the black screen. And as I sat there, staring at the black screen, one last text came up. Yeah, you know, an actual split second. You know, whatever that is. We've been so punctual. I'm surprised I'm surprised he didn't say fucking 0.13 seconds. Like, oh yeah, he was on there for 2 frames. Like, fucking... Somehow, this would have been more believable if he gave me an actual frame number instead of saying split second. Ready for round 2, Tom? Nah, you gotta give him a bit to recuperate, alright? Alright, he'll do round 2. You just gotta give him some breathing room. Let him smoke a cigarette, you know? He's gotta relax. The Kefka laugh, now sounding more clear, as if Sonic was right behind me, played again 3 times as I looked at that text in shock and confusion. Then I got booted back to the main menu, and this time, the third save file had a TV image of Robotnik in the same tormented state as Tails and Knuckles. Robotnik's skin turned a dull gray, his mustache drooped and had blackened, his glasses broke, and blood is coming from them, and he had a mere dead-like expression on his face. Okay. Good lord. I looked at Tails, Knuckles, and Robotnik, and I cried a bit. I pitied them for the agony they're going through. They were forever trapped within the game, forever tormented by that horrid hedgehog, and always will be. I mean, you could have listened to your friend Kyle at the beginning of the story and just destroyed the disc before you put it in your CD. Honestly, you probably could have destroyed it after killing the Tails part, just to be like, I should probably stop playing this. Bye, Ben! But no, you decided to keep on playing this piece of shit fucking game, and now you're upset. Now you're like, I can't believe what Sonic has done. Nigga, you're playing the game! What do you mean? I sat there for maybe 25 seconds, horrified by what had just happened. Sonic is the very embodiment of evil. He tortures people who play his game in more ways than one, and then he gets bored. When he gets bored, he drags you into the game. Literally drags you to hell, where he can play with you always as his toy. Freaky ass Sonic, what the fuck? I can't get the game out of my computer. I think it's stuck in there. Did he demonically enchant your disk drive? Is malware bytes not strong enough? Windows Defender is failing its greatest soldier right now. Oh no! can't get the game out of my computer. I think it's stuck in there, but at least I managed to turn it back on. I'm sorry, do you mean the game or your computer? Because you didn't mention the computer turning off. It just turned off. What turned off? Did the game turn off or did the computer turn off? Like, what happened here? What? After I sat there for 25 seconds, I heard a voice right behind me, like a whisper. Try to keep this interesting for me, Tom. I turned around to see where the voice came from, and what I saw made me scream. Sitting on my bed, staring right at me, was a Sonic plushie, smiling with bloodstains under his eyes. Oh no, free merchandise! Thanks for watching! I hope you enjoyed! I hope you'll come around for next time! Next time being Friday! Oh, I'll know what I stream when it gets to that day, because good lord, I need a fucking nap after reading this. God, this story sucked! Holy